Andrew's collapse ended with his £30 million depletion of Eugenie and Beatrice's inheritance. Chris Richards claims that the scandals that Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor and Sarah Ferguson are about to depart Royal Lodge have destroyed their daughter's inheritance. "Your children need your presence more than your presence," remarked Reverend Jesse Jackson. As a result of avoiding the former, Princess Beatrice and her sister Eugenie are now unlikely to receive the latter. King Charles declared enough is enough and stripped Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor and Sarah Ferguson of their royal titles as a result of the controversies and embarrassment surrounding them following Jeffrey Epstein. However, Charles went one step further and is evicting the two from Royal Lodge, which is located on the Windsor estate. This is where the two princesses missing out part comes in. In 2003, the former Duke of York signed a £1 million long-term lease with the Crown Estate, securing a 75-year lease on the 30-room home. The 65-year-old reportedly hoped to eventually give his daughters the opulent home, which he had renovated for £7.5 million. In good time, however. Property expert Elliot Castle of We Buy Any Home stated that the door for any possible inheritance has now entirely closed as the father of two gets ready to move into a different house on Norfolk's Sandringham estate. This would only have been possible while the lease remained in place, he said. There is nothing to transfer once that lease is given up or ended. That completely closes the door in terms of property. Andrew and his daughters would have no further claim to Royal Lodge, which would fully return to the Crown Estate. The 75-year lease also mandated that the mansion's walls be coated with 2 coats of paint every 5 years, and beginning in 2010, the former Duke was required to paper, polish, decorate, and otherwise appropriately treat the property every 7 years. According to the conditions, Andrew agreed to permit the landlord, Crown Estate, and persons authorized by the landlord at all reasonable times upon reasonable notice to enter upon the premises to ascertain whether the tenant's obligations herein have been complied with and to examine their state and condition and use and to take a plan or prepare a schedule of fixtures or a schedule of dilapidations and to make valuations. However, it has recently been alleged that during Andrew's 22 years of residence at Royal Lodge, not a single Crown Estate inspection was conducted. Given that Royal Lodge is valued at £30 million, giving it to his daughters would have been like giving them a tiny fortune. Not that Beatrice and Eugenie are in need of some cash anyhow. Beatrice, a mother of 2, married Edoardo Mozzi, a property entrepreneur who was born in England and was a childhood acquaintance. He is the founder and CEO of Banda Property and is sprung from Italian royalty. As a Councillor of State, she is officially known as Her Royal Highness Princess Beatrice, Mrs. Edoardo Mozzi, and she may still be able to perform official tasks while King Charles is away or ill. She does not require royal connections to advance in the private sector as a strategic advisor for the software company Affinity and her own consultancy firm, BYEQ. They currently reside in a Cotswolds farmhouse worth £3.5 million. Eugenie, also known as Her Royal Highness Princess Eugenie, Mrs. Jack Brooksbank, is a married mother of 2 who serves as the director of the Hauser and Worth Art Gallery in London. She and her spouse currently reside in Ivy Cottage on the grounds of Kensington Palace in London, and they also own a house in Portugal. Inheriting Royal Lodge may have added another level of fantasy to their already affluent existence, but they won't be impacted by missing out. Actually, it would have simply been a poisoned chalice that polluted their innocent families and children as well, since Andrew's humiliation seemed to seep into the building's very foundations.